So it definitely fits into basically being able to automate the redundant, mundane types of tasks that anyone can do, right? So if you think about it, if you have a security operations center with 5 or 10 analysts, it might take one analyst to do a task, it might take them 2 or 3 hours, and where you can leverage a tool like Phantom, any type of SOAR platform to actually create a playbook to do that task within 30 seconds. So not only are you minimizing the amount of headcount to do that, you're also using your consistent tool to make that function more, I want to say, enhanced. So you can build playbooks around it. You can basically use that on a daily basis, whether it's for security monitoring or network operations, reporting. All that becomes very streamlined.
Thank you. So what we do is we are a data analytics and intelligence nonprofit dedicated to countering all forms of human trafficking, whether it's labor trafficking, sex trafficking, or any of the subtypes, men, women, and children all over the world. So when you think about that, what that really means is that we interact with thousands of stakeholders across law enforcement, government, nonprofits, academia, and then the private sector as well. And all of those essentially act as data silos for human trafficking data. And when you think about that as trafficking as a data problem, or you tackle it as a data problem, what that really means is that you have to have a technology and data-led solution in order to solve the problem. So that's really our mission here, is to bring together all of those stakeholders, give them easy access to tools that can help improve their counter posture.
Yeah, so like a day-to-day, or like kind of what our team does is we focus on like what's going on previously, what are we seeing in the wild, like what campaigns are happening, and then my role within my team is focused on what's coming. So what are red teams working on, what are pen testers looking into, take that information, begin testing it, begin building proof of concepts, put that back into our product so that whether it's 2 weeks, 6 months, 2 years, we have coverage for it no matter what. So a lot of our time is generating proof of concepts on what may be coming. So there's a lot of very unique things that may be in the wild today, and then there's some things that we may never see that are just very novel and kind of once a time kind of thing, right?
I joined 9 months ago, and when I was interviewing for the role, I remember Doug Merritt saying to me, hey, we might be the only $2 billion enterprise software company that nobody's ever heard of. And he said, I want to go solve for that, right? Like the folks who know Splunk and our customers, they love us. Our product is awesome and our culture is awesome, but the world doesn't know about us yet and we haven't invested there. So I want to go take the brand to the next level, and I want the world to understand what data use cases are out there that are so broad and so vast, and we believe that every problem ultimately can be solved through data, or almost every problem, and we wanted to set the stage for that with this new brand campaign.
Talk about the product. Where are you guys at? Are you using Splunk? Are you putting data sensors out there? Are you leveraging existing data? Both? Take us through some of the the nuts and bolts of what's going on in the product.
Right, so part of it is building out some data sets. So there are some data sets that don't exist, but the government and the counties and the private sector have built out a huge corpus of data around where the buildings are, where the people are, where the cell phones are, where the traffic is. So we're able to leverage that information as we have it today. The technology, we're using the Amazon stack. It's easy for us to spin up databases. It's easy for us to build out and expand as we grow. And then with Splunk, we're able to have a place for all this real-time data to land, and for us to be able to build APIs to pull it out very, very simply.
When we say data everything, we really mean it. It's really, it's a personal story for me. I am on the government affairs team here at Splunk, so I manage our relationships with governors and mayors, and these are the issues that they care about, right? When the city's burning down, the mayor cares about that. The governor, this is, one of the governor in California's major initiatives is trying to find solutions on wildfires. I met Charlie, my hometown, Orinda, California. Our fire chief in that town was one of sort of the outside advisors working with Charlie on this idea, and I met him at a house party where the fire chief was telling me to trim my trees back and shrubs back, and then I was at a conference 3 days later. That same fire chief, Dave Winokur, was on a panel with like folks from a supercomputer lab and NASA and MIT. I was like, my fire chief's still the smartest guy in that panel. I got to meet this guy. A few weeks later, we were literally in the field doing these proof of concepts with sensors and data. Super savvy folks, some of the other folks from CAL FIRE there, Jonathan Cox, who was with us today here at Conf, and we've just been collaborating the whole time.